What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your Water Dimitri Shrine, and today we're rocking the sisters, Kale, Kefla, and their fusion Kefla. So obviously we know Zenkai Kefla is good. We all know Kefla is still broken. I wanted to use Kale because Kale is that one girls unit that I feel like could actually get a Zenkai at some point. And the reason for that is the whole rival universe thing. In fact, I've actually considered redoing my Zenkai concept on Kale because I've done a Zenkai concept for Kale in the past. However, that Zenkai concept was created before the rival universe tag existed. So there's a part of me that wants to go back and redo it and redo her kit to try and formulate it around both the girls tag and the rival universe tag, the way, Kefla's is. It'd be interesting to go back and see what I did last time and see if I would just do something completely different this time. Because, hindsight 2020, maybe I don't like my old Zenkai concept at all. I also need to redo my green cooler Zenkai because the powerful opponent tag also did not exist when I Zenkai concepted, when I made the Zenkai concept for him. But anyway, Kale is a defense type unit that does not have any form of sustained damage cut. Yeah, she was released in a time when your stats meant everything, not your abilities. And back then, she had crazy high defensive stats and actually pretty good abilities. She does destroy 2 cards on cover change, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I actually think that's better than cover cut, because essentially, unless you have an ultimate or a rising rush, it forces your combo to come to a complete stop. Whereas with the cover cut, you're not stopping the combo, you're still just going to take more damage. And units that have card draw speed are just going to end up doing so much to you that it pretty much nullifies your sustained damage cut to begin with. So I actually think I like the whole destroy 2 cards on cover change a bit more than cover cut. But though obviously a defensive type unit should still have some form of sustained damage cut. And I don't believe she has any. She just has high defensive stats. And then her main ability is really good. Once you pop her main ability, every single attack she does, every single arts card she uses, she inflicts the enemy with an attribute downgrade of, I think, like plus 10% the damage inflicted for like 15 counts or something. 10 or 15, which is actually pretty good. And it enables her to build damage. And I've always said I don't mind defense types, being able to build damage. They don't have to come out the gate doing a bunch of damage because they're built to tank. But if they can build damage, that's very good. So Kale's kit isn't even what holds her back at this point. It's more just the fact that her stats are not as good as they used to be. Like when she first came out, she was a wall. Like nothing could hurt her. Also, you're gonna notice a running theme throughout this video that people really like rushing Kale for some weird reason. Like the one unit on the team that you really should not be afraid of is the one unit that gets rushed. I honestly don't think Kefla or Kefla get rushed a single time, whereas Kale gets rushed multiple times in this video. And it's just like, bro, why? What? What? What do you mean you rush Kale? What is wrong with you? Rush Kefla. She's the Zenkai unit. It's so funny when people rush Kefla on my normal team. Because it's just like, bro, thanks. You took out the unit with the weakest defenses. Though you'll see throughout this video that rushing Kefla isn't always a bad option because Kefla's still pretty broken. Over a year later, yeah, Kefla's been out for over a year now. Over a year later, and Kefla is still just stupid. Granted, I have her at 13 stars, so I got max stats on her. So that definitely helps with her being like a stupid unit, but regardless, she's a stupid unit. She's way too goddamn good. Like, I don't understand why. But you know what? At least they kind of future-proofed her. That's the thing, right? Kefla will always be good. Because the way I see it, glass cannons have the best lifespan of any type of unit. Because one thing that kills a lot of units in the future is their inability to take hits. That's usually what ends up killing units. However, with units like Kefla, she was never built to take hits anyway. She honestly does not take hits any worse now than she did back then. Just now there's a few Zenkais that'll kill her slightly quicker. But it's like, either way, Kefla was never surviving more than one hit back when she first came out. So regardless of how fragile she becomes, it'll never affect her viability because she was never tanky to begin with. She was always fragile. She's always just been that unit that just gets in and does damage and gets the hell out. So because of that, realistically, she'll always be good because she has stackable buffs for every time she uses a strike card. And it's just, she's absolutely broken. Also, we doing some good tanking here. I mean, yeah. I was about to say maybe that's not a Zenkai 7 Goku, but no, it's a Zenkai 7 Goku. We're just tanking. We're just tanking. Super Saiyan 4 Goku just does not impress me all that much. Like this Zenkai Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like his kit makes him look a lot better than he actually is. I do have to say that. His kit makes him look significantly better than he actually is. But hopping into this next match right here, we've got the new the Zenkai Spirit Bomb Goku, the Namek Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, 3-1, and Super Saiyan Bardock. It's a weird looking team, but I suppose it works. I mean, I suppose it works. I mean, Super Saiyan Goku's getting the Super Saiyan buffs. And then Spirit Bomb Goku, honestly, is good enough to just work on the team. He is getting Zenkai buffed by Bardock, so there is that, right? He is taking advantage of Bardock's Zenkai buffs. So realistically, there's no reason why this team shouldn't work, right? Unfortunately, this Super Saiyan Goku does kind of need Bardock in order to, really put up numbers, but I'm fine with that, considering that's the only team you're ever going to run him on. You're only ever going to run him on Super Saiyans, so it'd be nice if he wasn't broken on the team. The team's already broken enough. They don't need more hammers to break that glass. That glass being my fucking brain. Also, stop rushing Kale! Stupid! You stupid! You're stupid! Look at him. Look at him, stupid. Look at him, stupid, because I lived, because we tanky. We might be old, but we still tanky. Type advantage be a bitch, don't it? Pop that main ability. Type advantage be a bitch, don't it? Also, you like how I think I've landed one hit this entire match so far? It's fine. Also, that lag made it so that I couldn't see what was going on. Nice. But no, honestly, I think this guy pretty much lost the second he decided to rush Kale. Even if Kale had gone down, I don't think it would have been that big a deal. Obviously, Kale not going down is helpful, because not only does it keep my advantage over the Super Saiyan Goku, it also gives me an extra vanish I can play around with. And I don't know why I couldn't catch anybody in sidesteps today. Like, I was even worse with that than I normally am. Usually, I'm garbage with it because my reaction time is awful. But, like, today, I was just extra bad with catching people in sidesteps. It was so weird. If I seem a bit, like, out of it or tired or whatever, it's because it's very late and I still have today's first video to record. So this PvP video is actually being finished before I ever even record the first video that you're going to see today, which is about, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The matches were recorded yesterday, as of you watching this video. I mean, it's still yesterday because it's like 2:30 in the morning right now. So the matches were recorded yesterday, and then I'm recording the commentary for it before I even bother making that video so that I have enough space, because I learned yesterday that those videos can take up some space. The original file for yesterday's video was, I think, 10 minutes longer than the video ended up being. I had to cut 10 minutes out because I didn't have enough space to export the fucking thing. Also, you're about to see why Kefla is... Well, why I praise her so much for being so broken. Because she will actually take this match from being a total ass-kicking on my end to, well, comeback of the century. Go ahead and pick that super right there. If I can get Bardock out of here, that makes it so that the Super Saiyan Goku is essentially useless. He's not going to be able to do anything without Bardock, which is very good. I also don't need Bardock last man buffing me. He's only a Zenkai 1, so he's not going to. But Bardock being out of the way is still helpful, and he was the unit with the most amount of health left, so... And Bardock does do enough damage to kill Kefla, because as I've literally gone over, Kefla's not tanky. So, like, we're both in a pretty bad spot. Like, I'm impressed at how well this guy is using this team. I would not have expected this. Oh, hi, Second Rush. How you doing? Never mind. Use a bitch. Use a bitch. Use a bitch, and you deserve all of this. Use a bitch, and you deserve all of this. Look at him tackling. Look at him desperate, tackling, kicked in the face, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. Alright. So we've got another person running a triple Goku, but he just straight up said, nah, fuck the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. We're just gonna use Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue. It's like, I'm not putting myself through the torture of using the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. You know what? Fair enough, though. Like, honestly, fair enough. And, like, this is one of those examples where if Kale had, like, a sustained damage cut buff, she would be, like, super tanky. Like, this red Goku actually does do a fair amount of damage. And I just healed a bunch of that with my green card because Kale's green card heals her by 15%, which is a lot. Because most green cards that heal only do 10%. So Kale getting an extra 5 actually does matter. Because 5% can sometimes be the difference, right? It can be the difference between life or death. Like 1, 2% usually isn't. But 5 very much can be. So, like, if she had some form of sustained damage cut, she would actually be, like, really tanky. Because, I mean, she doesn't take too much damage. Obviously, you got to keep in mind that she's over 2 years old. So, for a unit that's over 2 years old, she's pretty tanky. Like, she takes hits well. And she can set up the debuffs. Even if she can't do a lot of damage, she can set up the debuffs for Kale and... I keep saying Kale and Khalifa. For Kefla and Khalifa to do some good damage. They don't last too long. I think if she were to get Zenkai'd, I would like those buffs to last a bit longer. Kind of like how the blue 21s last, I think, like 15 counts, whereas Kale's, I think, do only last like 10. So if they lasted a bit longer, that would be very helpful in giving... look at a forfeit. Look at him kicking the forfeit. Super Saiyan. But yeah, just having that debuff last a bit longer would definitely increase her viability. And then just giving her some sustained damage cut. Weirdly enough, as old as Kale is, I don't think she needs all that much to be really good. Just a basic stat increase, some form of sustained damage cut, and then a longer amount of time on her buffs. Maybe another form of support or something, or perhaps death buffs. You know, something like that, and she'd be good. Like she'd be a really good unit. Kale definitely has the potential of being like the super tank that Rival Universe needs. Because yeah, you've got Bergamo, but Bergamo's really not useful at all until he's at like 7 stars minimum. Like a 2-3-star Bergamo is not going to do anything for you in any situation. At that point, you're better off running Disco. But first of all, since you need Kale at 7 stars in order to Zenkai her in the first place, I feel like she would be a much better option if she got Zenkai. I mean, obviously she'd be a Zenkai unit, but I mean, like, she would really be able to fill that defensive slot that, honestly, both the girls team and the rival universe team really need. Like, they're both missing a super tank, and Kale could fill the role on both those teams. So I'm very excited to, maybe one day see a Zenkai for her. And they seem to treat Rival Universe fairly well. They don't make them too broken, but they're also not, shafting them in any way. So I honestly don't think, like, a Kale Zenkai is too far away. Especially since we got a Kefla Zenkai. Granted, we did get a Super Saiyan Blue Goku Zenkai, like, 5 months ago. If not even longer than that. Actually, yeah, I think it's been even longer than that since he got his Zenkai. And we still don't have a purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Zenkai, so yikes. In fact, that Goku is the only unit from the 1-year anniversary that has been Zenkai'd, so I wonder why. I wonder why arguably the best unit outside of the LF was the first one to get Zenkai'd. I would say out of all of the units that were released during the 1-year anniversary, he was probably the only one that you could have feasibly still used without a Zenkai. Like, genuinely, you could use a 7-star Super Saiyan Blue Goku right now without his Zenkai. And would he destroy the game? No. Would he be the best unit on your team? No, but he would still put up some damage. His kit is still good. Like, he could still do something. I don't know. I personally would have done Golden Frieza or Super Vegeta. I just realized what match we were in too, against all 3 of the Gokus that were out at the time, but now Super Saiyan 3 Goku is out. I wonder if Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to replace the Super Saiyan Goku on these Saiyan teams. Cause as I said, I have not looked at Goku yet. By the time this video goes out, I will already have Goku. You guys will have watched me get Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but as of recording this video, I mean, he's out. It's after reset, but I have not gone into the game yet, so yeah. I wonder if he will take his spot. Probably. I wouldn't say it's very hard to be better than this Super Saiyan Goku. Like I said in yesterday's video, the base form one is still the most impressive to me. He can put up some good damage, has card draw speed, and is probably the least fragile out of all of them. Which is dumb because Super Saiyan 2 Goku is a defense type. Also, stop rushing Kale. Son of a bitch. Why do you fuckers keep rushing Kale? I don't understand. And if I was at full health, that shit wouldn't have killed me. Again. Stop rushing Kale. See, now you done pissed me off. Here, take this rush. You motherfucker. I literally only rushed him because he rushed me. Like, I thought we were having a pretty fun match, man. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Kefla's at full health. Kefla's basically at full health. And you have 1 unit left, so I can understand. I still hate you. That's Dragon Ball Legends for you, though. That is Dragon Ball Legends for you. But, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really have much else to say. Except for explaining, why the team suddenly changed in this one screen here. And that is, well, I don't mean this one screen. It changed for a few matches ago. I meant the team showing loading screen thing. And that's because I wanted to see what they would do with like a full offensive bench instead of, offense and defense. And honestly, I think I like the full offensive bench better. I wanted to put some defense in there to try and get Kale to tank a bit more. But at this point, because she's so old, I think I'd rather just have her hit harder. She can still tank a little bit, but I think I would just have her hit harder at the end of the day. And I liked this variation a bit better. But I'm actually just gonna get on out of here and let you guys watch this match because I feel like I'm not really contributing anything to the video anymore. So get out of here. Hope you all enjoy this rival universe versus technically rival universe, since I have a rival universe bench. Where'd that rush come from?